The FIFA World Cup is the greatest show on earth, and as promised last time, we would review the round of 32 and also preview the round of 16. The round of 32 did not disappoint, and we had some epic football games that we experienced. This is Foodie Fantasy, the home of football. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please come here for all of your football needs. We have exceptional individuals that break down this sport, and you will consume it and enjoy it. So tune in if you're a first timer. This is really truly home of football. We will go through the round of 32 games as promised, and we'll just break down each and every game, kind of highlight the important ones, and here we go. It started with the Republic of South Africa playing Canada. Canada dispatched South Africa in the first game of the round of 32. And then Brazil 2, Japan 1, goals from the legendary Casemiro, elder of the team, and Martinelli at the death. Martinelli scored pretty much at the 96th minute, last kick of the game, to seal the win for the Brazilians. Germany, very underwhelming at this World Cup. They tied 1-1 in regular time with Paraguay and lost out 4-3 on penalties. The Netherlands played 1-1 in regular time with Morocco. 72nd minute strike by Cody Gakpo was replied at the 91st minute by Issa Diop for the Moroccans, and the Moroccans went ahead to beat Netherlands 3-2 in a very dramatic penalty shootout where the great Yassine Bono again stepped up to the plate to prove why he is in fact the best goalkeeper in Africa. It's arguably that I think he is the best goalkeeper in Africa. Cote d'Ivoire won Norway 2. Amad Diallo's goal wasn't enough for the West African team. We had Nusa and Haaland nailed the coffin for the Ivorians, who put up a spirited performance but were not quite disciplined enough. But they left the World Cup with heads held high. They put on some fantastic football in this tournament. France 3, Sweden 0. Goals from a brace from Kylian Mbappe, and of course the third goal from Bradley Barcola. 3 goals from France were enough to dispatch the Scandinavians. Host Mexico beat Ecuador 2-0. Quinones, who has been exceptional in this World Cup, scored the first goal, and of course a player whose stocks has steadily been rising for the L3, for the Mexican national team over the years. Raul Jimenez scored the second goal to keep his exceptional World Cup going. England 2, Democratic Republic of Congo 1. Brand Sipenga's 77th minute strike set up the stage for an epic battle, but the Congolese team held on. They were brave, but of course they couldn't stop the exceptionally good Hurricane, Sir Hurricane. Of course, he was knighted. He was knighted by the British royal family. So Hurricane's winning goal actually is one of the goals of the tournament, a real firm strike into the top corner, which there is nothing Mpasi would have done about that. So England beat the Democratic Republic of Congo 2-1. Belgium 3, Senegal 2. Habib Diarra and Ismaila Sarr scored for Senegal. And Senegal dominated this game, played pretty much 85 minutes of this game was for Senegal, and the rest of the game was for Belgium. This is probably the most catastrophic collapse by an African team at the World Cup. It was truly embarrassing, but credit to Romelu Lukaku and Yuri Tillemans, who scored the 3 goals for the Belgians. In fact, Lukaku scored in the 86th minute, Tillemans scored in the 89th minute, and again a penalty that was considered by the Senegalese, and Tillemans converted the penalty in 125th minute of extra time. And that was a nil on the coffin for the Teranga Lions, who held the hope, or one of the teams that held the hope for Africa at this World Cup. Host USA dispatched Bosnia 2-0, regardless being a player down. The American team showed a spirited performance to beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Spain 3, Austria 0, goals from Pedro Porro and a brace from Oyarzabal, who of course is also in contention for the Golden Boot. Portugal 2, Croatia 1, goals from Cristiano Ronaldo and Goncalves Ramos was enough to dispatch the Croatian team and possibly mark an end to the era for the great Luka Modric. Switzerland 2, Algeria 0, Australia 1, Egypt 1. The Pharaohs did well and win 4-3 on penalties in this game. The Al Ali Eman Ashore still showing why he is one of Africa's greatest prospects. Argentina 3, Cape Verde 2. Game of the round, possibly would go down as one of the greatest football games at the World Cup. This was maybe the game of the tournament so far. But goals from Leo Messi, Lisandro Martinez, and an own goal from DNA. 3 goals from the Albiceleste. Cape Verde scoring 2, possibly the goal of the tournament by Sidney Lopez Cabral in the 103rd minute mercurial strike, a coiler to the far corner. And there is nothing the Argentine goalkeeper would have done. This was an incredible display from Cape Verde, putting the African logo on their back and carrying the African continent with pride. This was an exceptional performance, and Cape Verde have truly stamped themselves in the history and folklore of the World Cup. Last game of the round of 32, Colombia 1, Black Stars of Ghana 0. Ghana has been underwhelming in this World Cup, but I think this might be the beginning of a rebuild to have a resurgence of our beloved Black Stars of Ghana, as we know in Africa. So that set the stage for the round of 16, and the round of 16 will have the following fixtures. Canada will play Morocco, Paraguay will play France in a repeat of the round of 16 from France 98, which of course Le Bleu won by a lone goal. Brazil will play Norway. This is also a replay of the last group game in Group A that was played at Stade de Velodrome in France 98. Norway beat Brazil 2-1, if you can remember, and Andre Flo was one of the scorers. I think Bebeto also scored for Brazil in that fixture. Mexico will play England in possibly that might be the game of the round. And the Iberian War between Portugal and Spain, that will also come up. That would be an interesting game. On paper, that might be the biggest game of the round. The United States host will play Belgium. Argentina will play the Pharaohs of Egypt, and Switzerland will play Colombia. As it stands, the World Cup has been really interesting. The stars have stepped up to the plate. There's been drama, and of course, for the round, Argentina and Cape Verde was the game of the round, with Cape Verde, in my opinion, being the team of the round. Even though they lost, they played exceptional football that was brave, filled with spirit and intent and purpose, and under normal circumstances, they shouldn't have lost that game, but Argentina just had the slight edge when it comes to experience and quality, and of course there is no shame losing to the defending champions at the FIFA World Cup. So this is the end of it. Tune in next time for the round of 16. We'll review the round of 16 and preview the quarterfinals, and I'm telling you, we will have great games coming up. So tune in and watch, like, share, and subscribe. Please, again, don't forget the first responsibility of us as human beings is to care for each other. So while you enjoy the World Cup, do not forget to be human. Thank you and tune in next time. God bless.